We're alive. We're alive. We're here. I'm not home. Yeah.
He's been
Yeah,
getting
for
up.
the video viewers who are watching the stream right now, I am currently not in my bed. At the moment, I'm staying in my temporary dorm room since I'm going off to college. So, no big deal. Not to brag, but that's what's going on. But anyway, hey, welcome to another episode of Henshins and Homies. Today is our 36th episode, yeah. And we
Golly.
will be joined by a special guest. However, they do have some commute issues, so they're going to be here a little bit later. And also, I'm sad to announce that I won't be staying the whole episode. I will be later, halfway through. So once he comes in, I'll be going. But
He'll
I'll
be
make
coming.
sure to stick around. Yeah, Zach will still host the episode, and I'll make sure to stick around just to say hi and introduce him. But anyway, yes. So hi, we're going to be talking about a lot of really cool stuff today. Zach and I have brought up this guest multiple times. Would you like to talk a little bit about him?
Oh my God, absolutely. So if you don't know our guest is the magnanimous, the one and only K20
Magnanimous.
Customs. He makes
Mm-hmm.
amazing, very professionally well handmade, all of them hand sewn patches of tokusatsu helmets. You know, Rider, Sentai, Rangers, whatever it is. I have a few that you'll see in the thumbnail if you're watching this in the future. There is my Forze and my Don Momotaro patch, and it's impossible to
How
see it
cool that
unless I
looks.
get goofy with it. But I could take my webcam here. Let's see if we can do it. Okay, it's gonna get weird. Okay, there's my Gates patch on the computer.
Hey! Oh, you show that perfectly. Wow.
Yeah, I covered up my logo on HP logo. I'm like, I want to use this Gates patch, but I don't feel like doing things like doing a lot of effort to put it on something. I'm like, wait a minute, I'll stick it to something that's stuck in my computer. So there we go. But he makes
Wow.
amazing
That's
stuff.
good.
These stickers right here, if you can see these metal heroes, probably not stickers over here, the Juco B Fighter ones, those ones, and some of the other stickers too came in a set of patches. So when you get patches from him on his Etsy shop anyway, he'll send some extra goodies with it. So but yeah, he does some amazing work. He's a gigantic fan. He's at like every convention ever. I believe a fair number of Ranger actors get patches from him too. I'm pretty sure when he goes to the conventions. So yeah.
Yeah, no. And I believe that he also just recently announced on Twitter as of this recording that he will also be joining a separate convention coming up very soon. Let me just quickly pop it up so I can like let y'all know where to find him because he's a really great creator. So he's going to be I'm playing. He's going to be at Ranger Stop and Pop June 16th to June 18th, Ranger Station July 15th, Japan World Heroes August 18th to the 21st, and Ranger Stop Orlando in November. So, guys, I highly recommend you guys check out his booths. He has amazing products, and we really look forward to talking with him, or at least Zach is going to be talking with him because again, I gotta go early. But anyway, yeah. So today's episode is actually going to be centered around how. Well, what more like run a business centered around tokusatsu. Now, this is similar to what Sikosaurus does in the past. We have him on the channel. He sells helmets. So today we're going to get another perspective on, selling products that are tokusatsu related. But that's a little bit later though. We're also going to get into something that we're going to start to implement a little bit more as our B topic, which is going to be search for the worst. And today's is going to be centered around helmets. Night K or X says, Blaster, Gear Linger, and Cure Mate Changer, and 22 gear set on buying. I'm excited to see how much shipping is going to
Yeah, it's going to be awful. But
Is that you? Like, buying sponsor? Hello? Well, thank you so much for letting us know that. And please tell us,
just thinking of that,
show us any videos on
my good
the
friend
Twitter.
Tyler came over for 4th of July, and he was telling me more because he got the Shin Kamen Rider DX Typhoon belt, and so he's like, yeah, it's really great, blah blah blah, and he's like, only one I would ever think about is the either 01 driver or the double driver. I'm like, oh really? Because he bought Memory of Heroes recently too for a Switch. I was
Oh, really?
like,
Cool.
oh, are you sure? He goes, I'm only buying one. I'm like, yeah, Tyler, sure. You're only gonna buy one. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Me too.
Sure.
Me too.
Let me know how that goes. Not everybody got to be into the kind of stuff we watch as much as we do, but still really cool that your friend Tyler is starting to get into
Starting
Tokusatsu a lot
to.
more, especially since now that you've taken him to Shin Kamen Rider. Wow,
It was
wow,
a
I'm
big
really
bonding
happy.
experience for us. I mean, we are already like super deep mega bros, but like it's like a core memory for him. He like constantly talks about how awesome it was and that he wants it to be physical, please. It was really,
Wow. I hope
yeah.
that I get to like maybe convince someone to watch Tokusatsu more now that I'm here.
I at gunpoint.
SUNY
I'm just
purchase
anyway.
college. Now, wait a minute. I'm not gonna be that violent. Anyway, we gotta keep it pushing because I can't be here for that long. Make it a business selling Tokusatsu merchandise slash search for the worst helmets. So that is going to be our topic. But you
Mhm.
already know what we got the internet. Henshin Huddle. We're here. We're here, and we're going to be talking about a couple of things. Now, Zach, why don't you go ahead and lead on the first
Well,
topic?
the first thing I wanted to kind of just lightly let you talk about because I've been kind of discussed and mostly gotten over by our community, if you will, and that is
Hmm.
the recent things that came up about behind the scenes things at Team Kamen Rider. So if you
Hmm.
guys don't know, for a little while here, there's been a bit of a break, a bit of a giant pause, radio silence ever since the Ryuki physical release. Nothing of anything about anything streaming, another physical release, whatever. Discotech Media has entered in and been like, hey, here's Kamen Rider Blacks. We're doing Black and we're doing RX as well. So like they're doing their thing, but nothing from Team Kamen Rider. And they're the ones that kind of made the push for Rider in the West, right? They helped put together
Right.
Tokushoutsu, where they stream all the stuff. It's available on Tubi, Shot Factory's website. They work with Shot Factory to make the subs and the physical releases, blah, blah, blah. Well, it was found out, long story short, that apparently some higher up executives there at Team Kamen Rider that are in power there right now, currently, apparently have some kind of weird, goofy grudge slash basically a allergy to money, I guess, against
Vendetta,
Toei
I guess.
and are making it difficult on
Yeah.
purpose in terms of the release of the physical shows and or streaming, and are basically only that's why you've only ever seen posts from Team Kamen Rider recently with the toys, and that's it. So that was really sad and a big hit. I feel like a lot of people were really upset. Some people were cynical, like I knew it, blah blah blah, and it's like, can we just not? Like there was clearly super passionate fans that were like the face of this whole thing, doing these streams, and there was the whole henshin compilation thing where they had people send in henshins. They made a whole video of the fans doing it. Like the passion was there. The fan meetup with those 300 plus fans all doing their henshins together and stuff. So like the passion was there. And it makes sense that there was higher up, basically corporate meddling of some kind that happened that kind of screwed
Change of
everything up.
management, no?
Yeah, so that's what
Yeah.
it was, higher up management. So a lot of those people we were seeing, physical faces of those people we were seeing in those different streams and stuff like that, talking about the releases at the conventions, whatever, are either no longer there or have been shuffled into other teams for like other types of content like Dragon Ball Z and other things. So it's kind of upsetting, but then there was a light in the distance, straight like Dino Thunder, all of a sudden it was announced that Shirakura, the man, the myth, the legend himself in terms of Toei, he is the executive producer of pretty much everything has to do with Rider, makes a lot of the big name decisions. Also the person that our dumbass community member, one person, whoever they were, tweeted at directly to say, here's the subtitle, people, blah, 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 and kind of ruined it and had the cease and desist thing happen, remember? Okay. Shirakura didn't himself do that. Oh, hey, our guest.
We
Yeah.
got a guest.
Boop.
We got a guest. Zach. You Adam. You Adam.
Hey!
Hey!
It's that guy.
Hey! Oh my god! I'm so happy that you came a little bit earlier. Sooner. Oh my god! I can't speak. Kashawn, everybody.
Yes.
Everybody, Kashawn, aka K20 Customs, has joined the chat. How you doing, man?
Hot.
You're hot?
It's hot.
Yo, Zach and I were talking before the stream. It's hot, period.
Hot.
It's just hot. It's that kind of weather. It's crazy. It's like this. It was September and it was cold. It was very cold. I know it's very hot.
It's glistening on screen. Hold on, guys. I'm glistening.
Oh my god. We talked a little bit about you, bro. Talking about how awesome your work is and where you will be in conventions. Tell a little bit more about your stickers and stuff
Oh
and
man.
your patches, if you will.
Oh man. So the sticker stuff that started off just like me going, oh man, I have all these great designs, but like, what about like other things I can add on my table? And I was just like, what about stickers? What about buttons? So a lot of those ideas just came up. Like, let me try these things. Let's see how it goes. And it just started off as a one set of teams, and then now I have too many teams and trying to make stickers for them and trying to add more
And you
teams.
also work with Geo, right?
Yeah, Geo is my main artist that I go to for like all my
Nice.
patches. So like I make sure, so I'm like, all right, there's a new team I want to do. Geo, there's a new team.
Mm-hmm.
There's a new team we need to get to. I'm just
He's
gonna.
like at his door. He's like, "There's a new team.
Thanks.
I want a new team."
Um, like I
Oh,
don't
you
know.
guys help each other out.
Yeah, like I say that my money goes to him. If anything, like after like working on something, it's like, all right, cool. But what do I need to give Geo right now? And it's like
Right.
literally, like it's literally just goes
Yeah.
like like it literally just go like
What
that
does
for
he
me.
need to be successful?
Yeah, right. Like it's goes straight to that. Like it's just like I'm doing okay, but what can I do?
Yeah. We eat some water? We eat pizza? Eat something to eat?
I don't.
Like, what
I
can
don't how
I
much
do so we can?
now. I don't even ask how much these days. I just go, look, I sent you money.
Here's my bank. Like, just take it.
Just you know what team I
You
need
guys are
next,
basically business partners.
right? I think there's a funny one because it was like he already did a team, and I was like, oh man, I didn't even need that team yet. But you know, gee, you can slide that over real quick.
Might as well have it,
You
you know?
already worked on it, like, hey. I
Might
scratched
as well
your
buy
back, you
it.
scratch mine. Like,
Right. Well, I'm really glad that you're here super early. We were in the middle of explaining our Henshin huddle, but I really do want to go into more of how your business partnership works with him once we start the main A topic. But Zach, if you will, you can continue to talk about
Yeah.
Shirakira.
Yeah, so basically, just getting you up to speed, I'm sure you heard on Toku Twitter recently the whole shakeup with Team Kamen Rider, where it was found out that the higher up executives have like the weird vendetta against Toei, and that's been kind of the slowdown with content, right? And thus getting any news on the releases,
yeah.
which is goofy, ridiculous, silly, clown behavior. So it was found out though, this light in the distance came out that Shirakura, the man, the myth, legend himself, executive producer of the Rider stuff, you know, big man. He also didn't get offended by any of the things with, hey, Shirakura, here's where the dubs are, blah, blah, blah. And actually, he actually said himself, I found this out recently, he wasn't the one that put in the cease and desist. He doesn't even know who did it. So that's even crazier that it wasn't him. Like, he's like, I got you guys, don't worry. He is going to be becoming the global outreach person for Toei in terms of pushing the brand into other territories, Europe, Asia, North America. So
Which is
that's
so
big.
cool.
That's huge. We don't know anything of what it means right now, what the steps being taken are, anything like that. And it's probably going to be a little slower. But I'm excited and I'm hoping that this is a positive thing that will push out the bad of the executives at Team Kamen Rider and all that, which is very upsetting because as I was saying before you got on here, K20 is that what was sad about that is that they had like the face of those streams for Team Kamen Rider. They had actual passionate fans that were up there talking about it, knew their stuff, really happy about it. All those people either aren't on the team anymore or have been pushed out to other projects. So it's basically stripping it out to just buy the toys. Here's the figure releases, buy the toys. You know, and it's just ridiculous.
So
Please
lost
let
the
me, as an
love.
uninitiated fan, buy a toy of a season I've never seen before.
Right. You know, it's hard to market these toys if they don't got the
content to back
series
it for reason to want it.
Exactly. And I believe with Shirker, like if he is in this new position where he's going to push all this content further in the West, I believe that it's going to be a really great opportunity for new companies to come up and start to support these streaming services. You know, I mean, like these streaming services to support, like if they're going to show more Showa era Kamen Rider series, just to like test the waters. Those new companies can stream those services, shows, God, and be the new Team Kamen Rider. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be the same. And of course, we're always going to miss how it used to be, but I see this as a good thing. I
I
see
do too.
this as a new step in the right direction, and it's hopeful. The community has really been starting to lean a lot more in the West, so it's only a matter
Yeah.
of time. Takes what Team
Well,
Kamen Rider used to
It
be.
also helps it grow more.
yeah.
Absolutely.
We if you look at it from its first started into now, we need that new push to get that stuff out here. Bro. Like,
And that's part of what we do, of why we do the show, even is to continue these talks, continue these conversations. Hey, we're passionate about this. We watch these shows. Like, sure, it might not be in the way they want us to watch it. Make that happen. Make us not have to do it.
But
Make us not have to watch them the way we may or may
Just like a
not.
little bit easier for us.
But that makes it
My God.
it makes it that they going to give us that because they don't want us to like literally have to go through all that. When like it's going to get to that point where they're gonna go, all right, guys, we got y'all. But even if it takes to that point to get to there, we know it's going to be a long run. Even if it's not the seasons we want, we get those, and then if we support it, that helps in knowing like, oh yeah, they really want this over here, and they're going to continue bringing.
And there's a couple of things I thought about it too before tonight's episode, before we were recording. For one, the absolute amazing knocking it out of the park performance from Discotech Media handling the Black release and then Black RX. Absolutely amazing. Please just let them handle Showa. I don't know what that means for 71 Kamen Rider because that's kind of owned rights-wise by Tokusatsu right now for streaming and everything. But any other Showa series, just let them handle it. I guess all of it if you wanted to, but I think they should split it up between them and one other company to handle the other releases, honestly. And like go even farther than that, like talk to these groups that this cease and desist came to, if it was even really fully made official, if we knew it was coming from Toei exactly or not, because Shirakura said it wasn't him. He doesn't know who it came from. Talk to these subbing groups. They've been doing it for 20, almost 30 years now, teaching themselves Japanese out of the passion and the goodness of their heart, completely free, no paying for it at all. We don't talk about Toku fun here. But out of the goodness of their heart, completely free. Hire them. They know what they're doing. These typesetters know how to do these effects and everything.
That's true.
And it's crazy because it's something that like it goes into this. Like companies will like go out to people like content creators to help them do that. And I'm like, why? A lot of companies don't like. A lot of these companies don't do that. And I'm like, they need to. Like, let's be honest, y'all and a lot of other content creators are good at promoting stuff. That should have been like, I would love to see. Yeah, to be honest, let's be honest. Watch a Toei on Twitch. I mean, Tokusatsu, and then randomly get an ad and see y'all on it would be like the best thing that ever happened. That would be great. Like, think about that.
It'd be
Just be honest. Just think about it. Like, seeing all the creators just randomly pop up talking about, check out this. Like, it'll be like fire. And because y'all already got your own fan base, that would introduce people to y'all again, and it would just bring those people that don't know about to get these things to them. So it's
right.
You know, people that hit me up like, hey, when did you watch this season? Or when you watch this season? And it's like, man, I wish I could just go, hey, you can get it from here and this and that and this this
instead of
but it's a process.
You gotta go to this back.
The trench coat with like the DVDs inside, like don't tell anyone, but
what are you subbing?
You get that old.
Hey kids, you want some subs?
Like I got.
Oh my god! Like I'm tired of like having to be like a little bit like not shady, but just
discreet,
careful, discreet. That's the word when talking about where to watch this stuff. If you do want to know though. We do have a video link below, but I see this opening a lot of opportunities, and it would be great if it were like that. Yeah. I hope it is like that in the future.
And you know what? I've been watching these shows, Sentai and Rider and Power Rangers or whatever for so long that I even in the ridiculous, awful world that we sometimes live in, I still somehow hold out like a goofy movie-like hope that things will be better. And it applies here too. Like, as much as all these heroes are about protecting smiles and all that good stuff, we need to do the same. Like, even if it comes down to Shirakura not being able to do anything at all, okay, we'll go back to the caveman way we've been doing it for the last however many years. It's going to be fine.
What you got to do.
Until we get it. Right.
I have a question.
By the way, I want to... What's up?
No,
What's up?
it's supposed to, like, what other, like, third-party company you think can get the rights to some DVDs to put on their streaming now? Who would y'all like?
So
who would y'all go
what
for?
I know with the Rider stuff anyway, is that the way that it's done is Super Sentai. When you get the rights for things with that, you get the rights to the whole catalog, and you pay a certain fee for the whole catalog of all the seasons, right? For some reason, the way they've put it together, Toei with Rider, it's season by season, and it's stupid expensive. So that's why only certain seasons have gotten selectively picked and it's taken so long, is because they have to get the licensing rights from Toei to be able to have the rights to be able to subtitle it and do something with it, right? Which is goofy to me because I feel like they're not making a lot of money off of anything Showa era at all. I'm sorry. I love Showa era stuff. You're not making money there anymore. You're barely making money off of it anymore at this point, honestly, unless you're doing a CSM release or whatever. So I found that really goofy. So I'm hoping Shirakura, that'll be part of his discussions, is to kind of like break them down a little bit on making that so ridiculously expensive, season by season, and make it, I don't know if it'll ever get to the point where it's like Sentai where you get the whole catalog, but at least less expensive per season. So it's more of an option. Cause I think it's what a lot of companies are like, oh, that much? No, thank you. We're moving on. No, not happening. So
Do you think they do that on purpose?
I mean, if it's Team Colorado we're talking about, apparently the executives, but whatever.
Right. I want to close out this Henshin Huddle by talking just a tiny bit the new Kamen Rider. New Kamen Rider season. We have some very surprising leaks. Yeah, Gotchard got some
illustration era does not fail to deliver. Oh my goodness.
Where's my credit card at? I will give
he
you.
said, "Where's my credit card? You want that driver?
I want that driver. I'm a Sentai person. All this right here, y'all can't see it, right? All this right here is Sentai. I have little drivers here, and I'm trying, guys. I'm sorry.
Right. A driver here and there, yeah.
But this is the first time I looked at it. I was like, I want it. I don't care what it does. I don't care.
That was me with the desired driver. With me, that was me with the desired driver.
Any functionality. You see him, my man, with the driver in front of him and two fingers like this.
Right.
And I'm like, yep.
That caught my attention. I was like, 2 cars? Okay. I got the heart of the cars. I can do this.
That's enough to get a lot of people's attention.
Yeah, I love the suit.
Man.
I don't know if I can see here. Do you have a picture pulled up of it all, Frankie? No, that's fine if you don't. Don't worry about it.
The blue.
It's
the blue.
Is a beautiful suit. Let me see if I can do it quickly. I am not using a mouse. It's going to be slow. Hold on. But the beautiful suit. I love the bits you've gotten about.
Yeah,
what it is
I love how.
Idea-wise.
I like the whole.
I like how there's this motif of splitting 2 cards into the suit. So I could be wrong, but the top is definitely the grasshopper.
Do you think that's gonna be hey, finish the move? One side, the rider kick, the other one's the power.
Ooh. Something, and it's going to lead to interesting forms and stuff too, because we are never going to be freed from the constraints of gimmick items. That's never happening. I just want you guys to be.
No, we're never going back to not having a gimmick.
We will never going to happen.
Give me one that says trap card. I'll be okay. Just.
He said trap card.
If you one that says trap card, I'll be like money right now.
All right,
I don't care.
You'd be better. Money.
I'm
pulling up a photo right now. It's almost there. Yep. All right, we see us. Here we go. This is Gachard right here for those who do not know. Oh, and spoilers for if you don't really want to see it. But the video viewers can see that was his suit. We were teased just a few images, but I'm sure in the upcoming weeks we will find more. So the next episode may be centered around this.
Hold on, I removed mine.
Just because how to remove your thing. Pizza is coming to a close, so we're starting to get more and more information about Gachard, and I'm looking forward to hosting a whole episode about it and talking about it. Zach, you want to show one more photo? That's the driver. That's the driver that he wants.
Now. Is the pre-order up already?
The money needs to come
Oh
now.
my god.
Look at it.
It's
so
looks
cool.
so beautiful.
Those are very Sentai looking gloves. Can I just say it? Like
Yes.
Sang, I think this is the point that we know that you watch too much. Shows like this. You're like, the gloves?
Shiny.
The gloves are so, I don't know.
this gun is
This is a fun
stupid.
weapon.
I
That's
hate
the
it.
gun. It's like
But it's
I
cool
don't
though.
like it.
Like, you can't lie, like, it's cool.
we can't win all the time. You know, you can't win.
Look
all
at look at the card.
We
Yeah,
got
try that
Hopper. Oh, save some of it. Save some of it. We gotta save some of it. All right. We gotta. I'm sorry, but it's time to stop.
Okay.
It's time to stop.
The card reminds me of like toon animals from Yu-Gi-Oh. We good.
Stay tuned for that.
Give me that now.
Yo, he's ready. He's ready to collect all of that.
I love that because
We'll
one
see.
of the first details ever about Forgotchard was exactly that. Common Rider Yu-Gi-Oh is what they said, and I was like, and then there was some story thing about being sent in school.
Yeah,
I'm like,
we're
oh
winning.
Jesus Christ, they're not kidding. This is what we're doing.
School setting kind of show. Oh man, we haven't had it in a minute.
I mean,
In a minute. Literally, that was the last time we've ever had like a school like.
we do a Forze? We Forze?
show.
Hold on. Let's go.
Oh,
I didn't even know. That's okay. That's information to me.
Oh my god!
All right. Oh, he's a meteor. He's a meteor. All right, everybody, clap in 3, 2, 1.
Too early.
That was probably so off. I'm sorry for the video viewers. I do unfortunately need to go in a minute or two, but I do want to cut ahead to the B top. You're clicking me off, Zach. Damn, you want me to go so bad, huh? I want to show off my Where's Helmet. I just want to give off like a little bit of commentary.
Yeah,
Zach,
we'll
if you
get there,
may.
but yeah, you can do it early. Go ahead. Do it up.
Well, you have the photo.
Oh, that's
You're
right.
mean. Like, I gotta put.
Done.
You have the photo. Yeah, put up the photo. All right, so this is just my worst helmet, and guys, I'm just giving you a small warning. Like, it's a very freaky helmet. All right, he's pulling it up. He's pulling it up. Give him like 3 seconds, and then Zach will be hosting the rest of the episode, talking to Kashawn about
Pretty sure
the
my wife is
amazing
also
world
streaming
of
Netflix at the
merchandise.
exact same moment that we're doing this right now. So, yeah.
So the service is a little slow, really.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be real
Okay.
bunched up. No,
No big deal.
No, stop.
No, I'm kidding. Take your time. Take your time. Technical difficulties will ever be an episode if it didn't have any. Here is my helmet.
Add this one.
The helmet is. You just took it off. It was on the stream. Here we go. Here we go. My helmet is.
Oh no, did I? Oh Lord. Oh, now we're
My bro.
there.
There we go. Thank you. Sentai McGrid. Sentai McGrid's helmet. What am I looking at? What am I looking at when it comes to this guy's helmet? Is it even a helmet? This looks like a whole like desk on his head, like thing on his head.
This is superhero thingy, isn't it?
Yes, yes, it is. And I circled in the photo where that suit actor's head would be, or like his eyes would be. And I don't know how the hell this person can see through this Zenkaiser, like another Zenkaiser guy. It's crazy. But yeah, this is my helmet, and that's freaky. I can't wait to see what you guys show off later in the future, later in the episode. I'm sorry because my iPad is on 1% and I do have to go. But yes, thank you so much for taking care of the rest of the episode, Zach, and thank you for coming on the show, Kashawn. I will see you guys next week.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for asking me.
Yes, of course. We're gonna have episode 37, so you better stay tuned and watch it.
I'm not leaving.
Frankie
No,
just has
no,
really got covered stuff.
All right, bye everyone. Have a good day. See you
guys.
All right, cool. Now I have a new co-host. Anyway, this is the new episode.
Thank you.
How's it going, buddy?
Oh, pretty good.
So,
pretty good.
making it a business, selling tokusatsu merchandise, right? It's something we've been wanting to do for a while in terms of a topic, and we had, like I said, Stegosaurus on helmets and everything. And I myself, one day I looked and my computer bag had these patches on them. Where did these come from? Can you tell me about this?
Wait, hold on.
Look at this.
Shout out to my boy
Look at this.
Stegosaurus. Shout out to Stegosaurus.
Oh my God, a Stay Caesar.
Okay. Definitely, you brought up the goat. Yeah.
It's okay. You can tell everybody. Do you go to sleep with it at night sometimes? Just kind of hanging out.
No, that's what I have my pillow for. Okay.
Nice.
I got my Stacy pillow for that. Okay. Right.
Hey, you're good, but can you can your microphone? Can you turn it up just a little bit? I can hear you decent, but can you up a little?
Let me know if you can hear me.
That's good.
Break.
Perfect.
I just gotta talk louder because somehow it's been acting up when it comes to that. Let me know if you can hear me here. Yeah. Where we at? Where we at? All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, we've been trying to kind of do this kind of a topic for a little bit, and we were trying to come up with ideas for guests and everything. And he's like, hey, and then he had the post where you met up with him recently. Yeah. You guys hung out for like a hot minute. I don't know, met up in public. That was pretty cool. How did that happen? Where were you guys at? How did that kind of come together?
Okay, so that happened. He hit me up asking about stickers, and it was funny because he hit me up at the same time. I'm like, I need to work on some stickers. I was like, I need to work on some stickers. I'm about to do Ranger Station, so I'm like, I need some stickers.
Sure.
And when he hit me up, he asked me like, have fun with it. I just need some stickers. Just let me know. And I'm like, all right, cool. I got this. I'm just gonna try to create some stickers, get some stickers done. And it was just like when I finished, I was like, yeah, hey, you're close. Would you just want to meet up? Because you're not that far. We're not that far from each other. We just gotta find a place to actually meet up at.
Yeah.
He broke the idea because he was like, yeah, you're from Brooklyn. I'm from Queens. I was like, you're right. We're not that far. Why not just link up?
Yeah.
And we
were saying before the stream. My wife, I'm married. I got 2 kids. My wife came on and actually got to meet Frankie for the first time ever. She's busy with the kids and just other stuff going on. And she's not into like any of it. Like she's fine with it, but she's not like watching the shows with me or anything, which is cool. But she got to meet him. And I was like, yeah, honey, like him and our guest K2O and like 3 or 4 other content creators literally all live in or around the greater New York area. Somewhere around there is like a bunch of them. And I'm way over here in Michigan, like, hi.
It's funny because like we have a little circle of people, and then you just like all the people we talk to are all the way out there. And I'm just like, why y'all not here? Like, why? So that's
when it's wild because that's what kind of Toku Twitter does for me is like it's I feel like I'm like in like I feel I get the sense like I'm in like the best years of like college or school with my friends that I should have always had all those years ago right around me, even though they're nowhere near me, we're all in that space together. So but yeah, I found these one day. I looked at my computer bag, buddy. Look at where do those patches come from?
That's a beautiful patch. It's funny. I love working on like Forze patches. Those are amazing to do. I have one that I don't like, but we will get to that one.
Sure.
When that time comes.
Yeah. So with it in general, clearly you've been a fan of this stuff for quite a while, or else you wouldn't be passionate enough to be making money off of it. Where did you kind of start off with show-wise? Was it just like Power Rangers only, then this stuff, or this stuff first? Or what was your kind of journey with the fandom first, I guess?
I'm a 90s baby, so
sure.
I'm not going to say Power Rangers first.
Mm-hmm.
But by the time I got into Sentai, it would have been Gokai.
Okay. Gokaiger? Sure.
Yeah. So for me, but like, I was in and out. So like how everybody was like fully in, I was more of in and out until officially Lupin and Patch. I officially was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go back to like actually watching and not just knowing it but not watching it.
Yeah.
Like I was one of those, like I know about all these, but
Yeah.
watching
Gokaiger was my first two, actually. It was Gokaiger, and then I moved right from that to I watched Go Busters, but the next big one for me was Kyoryuger. So
okay.
yeah, no, I was right there with Gokaiger for sure. Yeah.
It was like, yeah, I'm going in and out, just different. But my first one I officially like I am gonna sit here and watch was Die Ranger.
Oh,
and
nice.
And I
Yeah.
fell in love. I was like, yes, this is a new world, guys. This is like I knew of it, but it's just like to officially just sit there and watch and know where it comes from. It's just like,
Yeah.
first of all, you're pissed. You're pissed the first time because you're like, why we didn't do this?
We got
like I don't know if it's just me. It was just like after you watch something that you didn't get, and you're just like, why y'all do this to us? We wasn't bad kids. I swear, we was good kids. We was not bad. I swear. Like we didn't. Did we need 3 seasons? Now, like, that's what my mindset was after watching that. But I'm happy I got a chance to watch it to understand it.
My
it's
two boys, Shep and Bodhi, my young boys. They are Shepard is 4 and Bodhi is about 2.5, almost he'll be 3 in September. Oh. And Bodhi will, by word, like ask for to listen to Die Ranger, to the theme song, because I have the music on my phone and I play it in Bluetooth. He'll be like, "Can I listen? I want to listen to Die Ranger." I'm like, absolutely.
Great opening. Okay, and closing. That's what makes Die Ranger great. It's like, yeah. Wait, no, I'm not gonna.
Right.
It's just so beautiful. It's just so beautiful to listen to. And I look at my Spotify is fully Sentai openings and closing, and then Kamen Riders. So I'm always jamming. So
where did you start with Rider then? So it's mostly been Sentai. Where did you start out with Rider?
Rider, knew Kuga. Like I knew the show Kuga, but never like fully watched it. But I knew of it. Knew of like OG Kamen Rider, but the first one I ever watched, it's crazy. Don't come at me, guys. Was X8.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
And when I say don't come at me, it's more of like, I know it was that far up from after saying those two, knowing it was like,
right.
It's like,
hey, when you're mainly a Sentai guy, you only have so much time, so I get it. So,
so my friend Cujo is the one that put me on to it, and yes, his name is Cujo, and it's the fact that one of the character names was Cujo, and I was like, this is great. And but yeah, that's when I officially fell in love with it.
Nice.
And I'm happy it was X8, and I was like, and looking at people like you, Hawk, and other people was just giving me like, hey, watch this season, check this one out. So it went from there to Build, Forze. I'm now watching Kiva. I'm watching Blade because of a nerd named Mark.
Nice.
And I'm watching another one, Wizard.
Okay.
Wizard.
Cool. Yeah.
I'm just dabbing in different ones. And yes, I watched all the ones that already came out. So like Saber and Up, I watched already. I didn't watch 01.
Sure.
That's the only one I felt sad because the time I was about to come into Kamen Rider again, Saber 1 just ended. And that was the one I was going to watch. I was like, yeah, Saber.
Okay, sure.
And I didn't get to watch it.
Nice.
So I'm going to jump back and watch that season.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I have too many that I need
to
do.
So that's kind of like I always love to hear that when we talk to our guests, like where their little like starting piece was, because everybody's so vastly different and where they like jumped in at, So with that, then was that kind of like the push of watching these shows, kind of seeing what they offer design wise, kind of pushed you to want to go for making the business out of it with the patches and the stickers and everything then?
No.
Oh.
No,
that's money. You know what money is, Zach?
No, because I started the idea of it because I wanted something from Zeo.
Okay, sure.
So like the idea at the time was I wanted to do something Power Rangers because I didn't have a patch machine at this time. Okay. I had a button machine. I was like, yo, I'm gonna do buttons because the idea at this time I was still doing cosplay.
Yeah.
At this time, I wasn't K20 Customs. I was still Kashawn. Or at that time, my cosplay name I was.
Right.
And I was like, I'm gonna have a table soon. at a convention. I was like, I need more stuff, and that's when the button, like, I'm gonna buy a button machine, and it's just like I'm gonna create everything I want right now. So it's like you had a little kid in Toys R Us. I'm hoping people are old enough to know what Toys R Us is. I hope.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was one of those when I had my button maker. I was like, I'm gonna make so much stuff, and then it went from that to going, what if I buy embroidery machine?
Yeah.
And then the ideas was just, let's just make some Power Ranger stuff. I love
So
Power
that one right
Rangers,
there,
I love
the white
Sentai.
one next to you, that's your sewing machine that you use for the patches. Is that right?
No, this is one of them.
Okay. I was going to ask if it was like the first one, if you've upgraded a bunch.
The first one is right here.
Okay.
The first one stays here. The difference from all of them is that my first one is the one I have my stickers on. It's my baby. That is my baby. I love it. So that one has stickers. It's my first one I use.
Blood, sweat, and tears. A part of you is in
it. I fought this one. Like this is like a brother right here. We fought. Like I
yeah, the straight Gatai sequence happening. Like
and it's like, oh man, the stories I have with this machine, like it's, oh man.
So had you had any, before you started doing like the patches specifically and everything, had you had like any experience before that, like growing up doing any kind of sewing of any kind, or was it just kind of jump in head first and kind of learn as you go, or how did that go?
I learned sewing as a young lad in like public school.
Yeah.
But yeah, wow. Remember, like those things that you remember in public school disappears after you become an adult. Like
except for that.
It disappears. So it's 100% jump into like learning again. Like definitely using a full like electronics and learning this machine. It was 10 times harder. Like it's like you can jump into like doing it, but it's like you should know that you're gonna mess up and you should be okay with that. Like that is my main thing. Like I mess up so many times. I'm gonna get mad at myself, but me being mad at myself is more of like I know I can do it. That's why I get mad at myself. It's like
sure, push yourself a little harder. Absolutely.
Yeah, like I know you could do it, and then I cry in my corner, and then
off camera, over my fans.
Like, it's just like yeah.
I'm awful. Okay, I'm good.
I'm good at this. I swear. I really felt that just now.
Right. Oh Lord, you need a minute? You're doing okay?
I'm good.
Well, awesome. That's a cool little pipeline with it. I'm always fascinated by that because, like, for me, artistically in any way, I'm the ideas person, the concept. Like, I talked about this on the show before, but like, I constantly will be like, and I'll see something random throughout my day at work or at home with the kids, whatever, and it'll randomly spark an idea for like how a Sentai team would be based off that, or a rider system or something like that. Like it just kind of happens, right? And I could never even come close to drawing it for you. I'll give you all the details and tell you how it works word-wise and write it down for you. But like drawing it, So when anybody's like hands-on, like you and Stick doing the helmets, you doing the patches, things like that, I'm like, please bless us with the knowledge that you have, because no.
My one knowledge. My one knowledge.
Right.
This is my one knowledge I have.
Everything else is gone except for breathing, this, and eating.
There's going to be more blood than the sweat and tears. Okay.
Sure.
Now, when I say that, it's more like you're going to put so much work into it. Like the sweat will come, but it's not going to be more than the work that you have to do to get everything perfect.
Right.
Like, because like with the stuff I do, I'm not going to be heavy lifting there. So that's why it's a lot of blood into it. It's like, I'm focused. I'm like so focused. I'm like,
yeah.
You believe I have one vein, just like, oh, I'm going to get
yeah.
Like for people that don't know, like I have 3 machines right here. I mean, not 3 machines, 3 monitors right here. My whole time that I'm working, there's the program right here. I'm looking at it right now with a blink monitor right now. I'm just like focus on a blank spot. And if I'm looking at if I have a certain ranger that I like Geo just sent me, and I'm like, okay, now I have to make sure this colors on this patch design is perfect. Right. So I go to my second one and I'm just looking up every design of that character, like the design I have, and
Sure.
making sure the colors I pick is the right colors. And
Yeah.
that takes about 20 minutes, 20 to 30, depending on if I'm like, "No, that color doesn't look that
Right.
like," because angles on like the show, it can look gold, but that might be bronze. That could
Mhm.
be red. Oh, that could be burgundy, like a
Or the
darker,
goofy way that Power Rangers gets their weird versions of the suits compared to the actual toy suits.
So like that kills me. Oh my, you know how many greens I tried to make a color right?
Right.
It's like that's why now I stick with just like I'm going straight to Sentai. I'm sorry, I need that color. If I'm gonna use it, I'm going straight Sentai. I'm sorry,
Right.
guys. If y'all if y'all want a certain color, just I'm happy that y'all like my stuff. Thank you. Like,
Right.
it's just like, but I promise y'all, the color might not be right sometimes. I'm not gonna lie
Well,
to y'all.
you know what? I'm very happy with the patches I have. Actually, if I can show it again before you were on camera, I showed Frankie, but I also have my Geats patch on my computer here.
Beautiful.
I want to put it somewhere cool like that that'll be really close to me because Geats is like almost one of my all-time favorite shows right now. But yeah, you do some amazing work, and I've seen some of your streams where you show off the work, and it is impressive. Because if it were me, it'd be me like stitching my hand and like calling 911, and something's on fire in the background probably. But it's like you get in the zone, and it's like a machine, and you just get right to it, and that's awesome. It takes a lot, and especially with that. What goes into I would expect there's like a lot of materials involved, right? Like a lot of your like what you make off people buying stuff probably goes into the materials you need to keep making it, right? Like the threads and stuff, or how does that go for you?
Yeah, a lot of times that does happen. Oh, a lot of times I work my regular job and I'm like, oh man, I probably need some new colors. Or I kind of do an inventory in my head. It's like, oh man, I have two more reds. Red Rangers are like big thing. People like Red Ranger. Or am I going to be working on Red Rangers soon? And that means I'm gonna need a lot of red, because if I'm working on Red Rangers, that means I have a lot of Red Rangers I need to work on. Okay, that means I got to do double it, maybe triple the amount. So if
Would
I
it be
usually
helpful to have a system on your computer to keep track of it instead of just in your head sometimes? I don't know. Like,
No,
I'm not
no,
trying to be mean. I just feel bad.
no, it does, but I'm so used to writing in a book.
Right.
So I have a black and white notebook that's keeping my book bag.
That's awesome.
So
That's
any
so
ideas,
cool. That's so
anything,
cool.
like how many times I wrote like, oh man, this writer needs to be done. How many I need to be done? Oh, this one needs to be done. So I have all that in a book, and I don't rip them. I don't rip it out.
Right.
So like even if I wrote in it already and I did it, I'm like, maybe I'm gonna need it again. So I'll put like a question mark. Or I'll put something on it just to make sure.
Nice. So do you get your stuff like? Do you order off of like Amazon? Is there local shops that you go to?
Amazon.
Okay, I didn't know. I didn't know if there was like local places.
No, it's local places, but the ones I get, or Amazon. I like the ones that they use in the store because I bought them before. It's just that they're heavier and they don't give you. They don't have that shine like y'all see in the patches y'all have.
Yeah.
So I rather have that nice shine on those patches because it looks beautiful with the shine, right? Like if you look at
yeah.
So I definitely go with the idea of using those than the ones that the store have. And no shame if anybody from a store is looking at this and yeah, threads are great. Like it's just not for me.
Well, on Amazon you can be a lot more specific and like probably get like specific for your machine and things like that, so you know for sure it's going to work out rather than going to the store and finding one that looks cool but doesn't fit your machine at all, and then you're kind of ass out on the money that you spent on it. So
it's a little scary on that one on Amazon too. Because like the color might be, let's just say, lavender.
Okay.
It might, but it might come different because it looks like lavender, but it's a different ish. So it's like that's the only time I'm a little scared when it comes to certain colors. Like if I just need one for a certain like for geese, I need a not an orange, but like I want to say tangerine.
Yes.
I want to say It's like a
Mhm.
tangerine. His color scheme. I have to make sure that the color I'm getting is actual tangerine and not orange. So now
Right.
I have to learn what's that code number.
Right. Oh, yes. Yeah, the
I have to
exact
now
code.
know what's that code number in threads. And I was just talking to somebody about this. Thread for each company is different.
Oh, Jesus.
So I now have to find out which one is this thread company orange is going to be. Now I have to find. So it's really hard on that end.
Right.
But it's the fun part when you do find it. It's like,
Sure.
yes. I don't
So
care
I
how much
see
it
that
is.
you're really busy at like conventions and stuff like that. You announced a few days, like today or a few days ago, whenever it was, about like some of the ones you were going to be at. Have you? I thought maybe have you like gotten to like make patches for any of like the actors for like Rangers and stuff like that? Have they seen your work in that way, or has it mainly been a fan thing?
Oh, no, I have worked with many actors.
Oh, that's so cool!
Yeah,
Oh,
this
that's so awesome!
yeah.
Wow.
I'm part of the Bloodline the Grid
Okay.
cast. So Chris is my best friend. We're good friends. We got to see each other again to say we're officially best friends.
Right.
And one of these days I'll be flying to LA again, so to see him. So it'll happen. But I think we're best friends.
Yeah.
If he asks, we're best friends. Like
That's you mean that's Christopher Kim and Lee, like Andros, right?
yes.
Yes. So then he gets to be reminded constantly of the hair he no longer has. Not exactly, but like kind of.
Like I know, it's funny because we make a lot of jokes when we call or text each other. So it's like hilarious that we do. Like I never made that joke about the hair yet. It's great to say you say that. I never made that joke yet. Like. Oh,
yeah, it's funny you say that. There's been like a few of the people we've had on, like the guy who's behind all this stuff for Immortal Red Fox. We've had on, and like recently, I don't know if you saw, he had a bout where he had contracted COVID and was in the hospital for a while, really bad shape. And he like messaged me, and I was like, "Is everything okay?" And then we kept going back and forth, and pretty much the whole time while he was in recovery, we were talking. I'm like, "Are you doing okay, buddy? How's it going today? You know, like." I hope you make it. Like it became like you said, like a straight friendship, best friendship. Yeah. And then same thing with Tom Constantine's. We had him on there, the Comrade of Garoon. Yeah. He will here and there pop in and be like, here's a picture of my dog, and how is the weather there today? Like it's so cool to see these little fandom, little friendships kind of pop up that you would never expect to happen. It's because you'd think they wouldn't have time for that. But
it's crazy because doing this my first year I did Ranger Stop and like 2021 and it was just like first time doing it and I'm just like I don't know any I don't want to walk up to any of them. I don't know what to do.
Here's my card. It's a patch.
But like I was so confident. It's because of Matt when was it
Mortal Red Fox?
No, Chad, the guy that played Chad. Okay. And Lightspeed Rescue.
Sure.
Blue Ranger. He was the first person to ever hit me up.
That's awesome.
And he was the one that gave me the advice to do the cons. Like, go talk to the Rangers and go out. So, like, if he didn't do that for me, like, he gave me 30 minutes of his time. Like that's the one thing I will always remember. Like he gave me 30 minutes of time. He gave me his number, called him, we chat for 30 minutes, and he was like, "Look," and I love this because see a lot of I'm not gonna say all of them, but you know how they be like, "Hey, just give me some stuff, I'll do." He was 100% like, "I will pay for your stuff. Ship it out to me. I got you." And I was like,
"That's awesome!"
What? Like it's crazy to hear like people that you watch give you like this love, like this is
right.
This is your stuff is amazing.
Good people that they portray, because that's always the scary thing is like you get other ones like other actors that aren't the best. We know of who they are. We don't have to say names, but the ones that aren't the best that do some weird things that it gets to be a little questionable and scary to assume that they're decent. So it's good to know they do exist.
And because of that. It was so easy like to talk to them. So now to say that I'm cool peace with like certain people that was on like Power Ranger, it's just like like to be friends with Chris Princess Shayla to oh man, R.I.P. JDF.
Yeah,
Um, you got Mike. Sorry, Mike. Who else like that's been supporting the uh Karen
yeah,
Ashley.
yeah.
She's been helping a lot. Um, man. And then just random people that would pop up like
Mm-hmm.
that. I have some people now that I'm waiting to like work with them to say that I work
Yeah.
with them, but
Well, that's cool. I think that's a good way to go about it because that's the way that we kind of do the things too when we reach out to like our guests and everything. Is like we always try to say like, and when I say the word humble, that word has been so like turned into something it shouldn't be. You know, people act
yeah,
like they're humble and they're not. But I really mean it. Like, you know, the whole point of what we do, at least with our show, is to like, you know, tighten the bonds, you know, like, you know, with our community and everything, and to reach out and like make friendships and, you know, these awesome relationships and everything happen. And so that's again, even as many episodes as we've done, I still try to be like, hey, we're just this little podcast. Would you like to? And then they're like, yes. And I'm like, really? This isn't a joke, you know?
yeah. Like you're not like ready for those type of answers because
Right.
in your head you always like, nah, they're not gonna do it. But I took the chance. You already felt happy that you went out there to throw yourself out there to go, hey, would you like to be a part of this? And you're
Mhm.
not thinking of they probably gonna say yeah, but yeah, your head's like, nah, at least I did it. And then when you hear, yeah, I don't mind, you're like, oh,
Right.
well,
Yeah.
I didn't think of this far.
Yeah, that was the cool thing about it with like with having Tom Constantine's on. And I'm sure you've like felt this here and there with like all the people that you've met too, you just talked about it. Is he at one point during the stream talked about how he had watched some of both of our videos. So like my own personal YouTube channel, some of Frankie's, our Henshin videos, like he had seen them, and then in DMs had actually like watched them and gave us pointers on our original character Henshin poses. Oh my god, I wanted to scream like a little girl.
That's
It was so like I was like, no way, this is not happening. Are you kidding me?
that is 100%. No, sorry, 1,000% beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. Like
Yeah.
I gotta go higher than 100%.
Right.
1,000%. Like to have those moments is just like
Yeah.
and it's like you're controlling yourself the whole time. He's just like when you turn away,
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
I'm about
cool.
to I'm about to be the happiest person. Just walk away. I swear, just walk away so I can enjoy this moment. Just
for a minute, grab a pillow. Oh my god.
and I had that moment with Johnny Young Bosch.
I bet.
When I first did Ranger Stop, he was the first person I ran to. I was like, he's here. He's here. I'm gonna give him his stick, like, because I give all the Rangers, if I'm gonna meet you, you're gonna get your patches.
Yeah.
I don't ask to get signed ones. If you don't mind signing one for me, that's amazing. I am happy for that. I'm gonna add that to my collection. But just to let you know, like,
did you give him Zero Ranger 4 green then, or was it?
Yeah, I gave him green and black.
Nice.
So it was so shocked because he's like, "Oh, these are amazing. You make these? Yeah. Yeah, I'm about to head back to my table. You want me to walk with you?
I got so.
I'm losing myself at the moment, but I'm like, pick yourself up now. Answer the question. Yeah. If you want to, like, you always gotta add the if you want to, like. But it was like it's my first year, so to have somebody go, oh, yeah, I have time. Come to the table, and I'm just showing him my work, and he's like, yo, your stuff is amazing, man.
Yeah,
great work.
Are you gonna be watching Blazar with him as the English voice?
Oh my god,
dude! It premieres tonight. I'm pretty sure it probably already premiered.
Yeah, it probably already. It's not. I think it's like 9:00. Yeah, it's probably.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out. I've been recently made a Ultraman fan because I watched the English dub for Zet. So I'm definitely into it. I don't know about buying the stuff. I don't know if I have room clearly for any of the stuff, but definitely going to be watching the shows. Well, awesome. This has been super illuminating to see kind of like behind the scenes of how it goes. What would be the patch that this is like a final one before we go into the fun helmet question thing about the worst helmets or whatever. What would be your absolute favorite patch you did? And then your like the most difficult one you did? Tough question.
I can't plead the fifth, right? Oh my god.
It's not the person that gets the actor. I mean, it's just the helmet. It's fine. Blame Toei.
Oh man, you're attacking me now. I feel attacked. I gotta think of a worse. Ooh, I have too many of those.
Like in terms of difficulty, not bad, not like badly made. Of course,
Yeah,
nothing
it's usually that's why I put my worst at. Like the worst are the ones that like I will not. I promise you, I will never make these patches again. That's how the point of like me is the worst. I will never make them again. Daishi. Daishi helmet.
Really? Okay.
And then, yes,
That's
I have
pretty intricate design.
I only made one Daishi.
Wow.
And Stickosaurus is the only one with it.
Nice.
I will but it's like a tie because I don't like making Kamen Rider Drive.
Okay.
Drive has broke my machine.
Yeah,
twice.
it's got a lot of like different
it's the
colors and stuff. Yeah.
It's the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a full eye like white. It's boxes. And that kills my like doing that back to back to back. And it breaks the machine every time. And I'm like,
what about your favorite one? The most fun you ever had, the one you're most proud of, whatever that might be.
Oh, that's so well, I'm gonna go right now. Is King Ultra Purple.
Okay.
I love the design.
Yeah.
But to be honest, let's be honest with this. All King Ultra is really good to do. I have no problem with them. Mm-hmm. Same goes. It's hard because I want to say all my patches. This is not fair when it says like all my patches I can do.
The ones that stand out to you, the ones where you're like, I'm really proud of like these, recent ones or whatever. Yeah, you don't have to like pick.
Oh, okay. Okay, because of the reason I love this one, Kamen Rider 01, the glow in the dark with my glow in the dark patch is my favorite. Or Ghosts, either one of those are really amazing because like I love using those glow in the dark patches, and like depending on which patch I'm doing, like Geese has a glow in the dark one. I love doing that one too. I just love the idea of just glow in the dark. Let's just make that clear. I just love the idea of just seeing a patch glow in the dark. It just
more rider designs. Honestly, Sentai needs to jump on the bandwagon too. The glow in the dark thing is so underutilized, but so cool.
Yeah, I always wondered. That was another thing I always wondered, like what Sentai stuff can you use, like the glow in the dark patch? And the only one that came around was like, oh, Mecha Ranger. You put the glow in the dark top piece of them of whatever technology they have, and I was like, that's great, but what else? A clip door, like I have a clip door that my clip door glows in the dark. I think that one's really good. But besides that, I don't have that much Sentai. Like Kamen Rider, I can do any Bowser.
The only one that comes to mind for Sentai to me would be honestly Spider Kumonos in King Ultra. I think would look decent with the glow in the dark. Maybe, I don't know. I was thinking of that, or maybe Aubrey Killer or Aubrey Black. I can't remember like which one would look a little bit better. But yeah, no, they need to do it more. Like
they need to. Because like what makes it good for me is the fact that like I can see how it glows in the pictures they have. Like that's why I was like so prepared for 01. I was like, I see how it looks. I know what glows in the dark and what doesn't. So it's easy to make that work out. Where if I'm doing something that doesn't, I'm just like, I'm winging it now.
Look at this comment here. Tokyo Aaron said, totally inspired by K20 and Stick to start my own business making decals. Yeah.
So,
inspiration. Look at that.
His stuff is amazing. Let's just make that clear. His decal is amazing.
Yes, they are. His decals are so cool. Kelvin says, "What happened to your beard?"
It was in ancient times. I lost it. Okay,
lost it in the war.
I lost it in the war. I mean, it was a great war.
Yes. Many moons ago. So the second part of our topics tonight is talking about the search for the worst helmet. Now, this can be like just an ugly design in your opinion. So all the hot takes can just be thrown out the window. Who cares? You hurt people's feelings, it's fine. They can just leave the stream. It's totally fine because I want to see it. I want to hear it. Or it can be like it's ugly and you think it'd be ridiculous or impossible to see out of. Unfortunately, the first one that comes to mind with just the hard to see out of is Spider Kumonos. Even though I love its design, it feels like it'd be impossible to see out of. But that's kind of the parameters. So I will start with an example, and you don't have to bring up a picture every time. There's like a little present function at the bottom there. If you wanted to bring up a picture, you don't have to. Or if you have patches to show, I guess that would work the same way. Or pictures, whatever you want to do. But your patches are so great. No, they're not bad. They can't be. Let's see here. All right, while you're getting things ready, I'm going to share my first one, okay? Let's see what we got. Entire screen, this, share. Is it going to do it? Is it going to? Okay. All right. Here we go. This nightmare from the Kamen Rider Geo stage show, it's another Oma Geo. Have you seen this monstrosity before, K20?
When you showed the when you so when you showed the
Kaiser one, yeah,
the Kaiser one, the first thing that came to mind was the the ghost one? No, the ghost one looked good.
Yeah, another ghost. Yeah, no, another ghost
good.
decent.
Which one was the bad one? Was it O? No. What past season had a bad one monster?
I'm trying to think. Some of the another designs weren't the best, but most of them were decent.
I think the build didn't look bad. I'm trying to think of which monster. It was ugly. It was super. It was like, why did you use that one?
Right?
Like, you could have skipped. You could have skipped that one.
Is very like. I kind of get what they were going for, kind of, but then I don't like. I liked the whole idea of like Geo having this like rival person who uses the another rider powers. That's so cool. I love that as this like dark mirror to Geo. It was a really cool idea. I think the stage show needed to stop for a minute and think about if they needed to keep going because this is nightmare fuel. First off, the eyes. What are we doing? Please stop it.
I don't think
it's not here. And then what are we, the teeth though too? Like
it's like we got to make it scary. How we make it scary? Show teeth. I'm telling you, people are scared of that.
Like it doesn't do enough for me to like. What I like with the another rider designs is how they're like this like warped version of the rider designs themselves, right? As they're supposed to be. Like that's the whole concept. And this kind of does it, but Oma Geo is already evil, so it's weird to get like another version of him that's just more evil. You think it would go in the other direction and make him look less evil or something.
It was going to the path like, if we can do a creepypasta version, so we can tell stories about the Get ready for creepypasta Kamen Riders.
That's right. That's right. My God. So that's that one, and then this is part of our DMs with Frankie. Don't mind that. I enjoy Heart the Kamen Rider as an idea. This helmet is so stupid to me.
Why
I can't because like Heart's design is fine on its own, but when you just like mash pieces together, like right here, it's like if I feel like I can see the glue where they just like glued the horns from Heart onto the drive helmet,
Oh man.
Yeah, and I don't like, and like the shoulder pieces like don't look like Drive or Heart, and they look really weird. And I don't know. I don't like it. I don't hate it, but it's rough. You feel differently?
No, it does. It's just like it was a rant. I think whoever decided it was just like, look, we need to be the baddest thing we ever had. And they took pictures of different bad helmets they made. Like, no, it's going to be worse than these. Worse than that. Everything from these, put it to this one thing. And that's what they did. Like,
and I can appreciate the horns, just like on Heart himself, like creating a heart symbol. Like, that's cute and everything. Yeah. But it's too much with the spoiler thing and the drive thing with it. It's just, it's too much going on.
Like, they wanted you to know what series it was from.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't clear enough with it being a V cinema off of that for me to know that it's from Drive.
They're like, I don't think they know.
Let's make sure.
Let's make sure. Oh man, I'm trying to think about like there's certain reasons like I like helmets. Like I help a lot of them like the helmets, like because some of them are unique. And I'm like, only ones I felt bad for was those, like those from Geo. And I was like, when those villains ones, and I was like, those are the only ones that made me go, why though?
Right.
Like, I just like
Well,
even
and
if
the
they were just
kick-ass
like
ones are often ones that makes me sad because you know that Toei only makes so many like copies of their suits for stunts and
yeah.
whatnot. So at a certain point, that original suit is just gone entirely, and they've completely scrapped it and ripped it apart to make this thing. So like
Mhm.
again, I feel like the original Heart suit just isn't even a thing anymore now that we have this as a thing in the universe, you know? So there's that one. And my last one is, of course, the absolute
You didn't even
monster.
click it. You didn't even click it. I just saw the top of it,
This-
and I already knew
that.
that. Oh my god! Oh my god!
You know what, man? I defended for longer than humanly should have been possible decade in general, right? Like most of the show itself is a dumpster fire in terms of like its story and everything. You know, like I love Tsukasa, man, stuck in a poor quality show that's all over the place. But even he didn't deserve this. I'm sorry, he did not. This is way too much. And then like the dumb cape with the dumb faces all over it. They're
with
just
the
like
cards
look like
on
they were
it.
glued
Oh
on
my
that
god!
day when they filmed, you know.
I made the joke about those cards. I'm like, that's his own page. If you look up the Wikipedia, the cape got its own page. It deserves its own page for being that bad. It was just it deserves its own. And you gotta think about it. We're still getting more. He's going to come back.
Right.
And
there was some goofy rumor and him Inoue himself being goofy about it too in some interview about him being like the third rider in Gotchard or something like that. And I'm like,
he's a card writer. He's actually is a card writer. Let's be honest.
No.
What do he use? Cards. I don't know.
Decade, really do, but like I'm also on a break from him a little bit. It's okay.
Look, he's been watching. Look, we might not have seen him, but he's been watching.
Right.
That's what I'm like. Everybody, y'all laughing all that. Y'all got y'all old writers popping up. Like that's funny. You know who's watching y'all? Him.
Yeah.
And it's him.
My favorite thing with this though was the fan art they did when this like dropped. You know, when this special dropped, and it was like 50 years from now. So he's just
the cards just continue going up and up. You know, somebody I'm scared to do final forms because of this. It was like if somebody votes for this to be done, I swear, I don't know how I'm doing those cards. I don't know. But would I take the challenge? Yes. But still, like, why would y'all do this to me? Like, who thought this through?
Nobody. Nobody.
Oh man.
Yeah, I have quality of that is about as good as the quality of the actual special itself. Ooh, shots fired. Anyway.
Oh man. I want to go. I in my mind, any of the old Sentai helmets are iffy to me. Like going as in view, it's going like view wise. Like some of them are. Really,
are you gonna try and throw some shade on Battle Fever J right now? Are you kidding me? Don't come on, man. They get it too much.
You knew me well. You knew me well,
dude. The first specific memory in my brain of anything from that is literally Stick's super uncomfortable video showing off the Miss America helmet, and he just gets like this close to the camera with it and like staring dead eye into it. No.
I will 100% be. I need a shirt. Hashtag me no like Battle Fever. Like just in it at the end because of Stick. Really at the end of the shirt because of Stickosaurus. So people don't come at me for the reason I'm not like why you don't like it? Stickosaurus. He's the reason we got Battle Fever J patches. He is the reason of it.
There you go. Inspiring the masses.
He voted this. He voted his butt off and made people vote for Battle Fever. And what made it worse, they came out too good.
Right? Right?
I hated
Yes.
that.
He couldn't have like taken a day off to be a little like 3% crappier at what he does. No. He had to make them ridiculously verging on screen accurate with the hair attached to it. Toei was. I need to talk to you guys, Toei. We need to discuss this. What, man? I understand the history behind it and like, oh, we were working with Marvel and blah 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 blah. That's all fine. Whatever. There's like supposed to be some Marvel superhero influence in some of these other helmets on the team. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Don't see it. Whatever. What somebody was absolutely double shotting drugs and alcohol at the exact time they made the specifically Miss America helmet. What are we doing?
My thing is like, what did y'all think of America at that time?
Right?
Like, I need to really know. Like, y'all was
Yeah.
working with Marvel. Who
Well, you
gave
know
y'all-
the actress that played her in show was a like American-born actress who
Mhm.
like was like her like family was from Japan or whatever. So like she spoke Japanese and everything. So they chose her specifically for that, which is
Yeah.
cool. Did she deserve that helmet though?
It's oh man,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
At least it gave us it gave us Stay Caesar though. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
right.
100%. It's crazy how we would have had Sun Vulcan if Stan Lee would got it.
Yeah.
It's-
Crazier that Stan goddamn Lee was ever laughed out of a room because of trying to present an idea for something. Like that
Yeah,
at one point Marvel wasn't the powerhouse they were now.
Mhm.
And that they were like, that's not going to work. And he's like, all right, fine. And then he made Spider-Man happen over there. And then that beget Mecha. And then that beget Mecha and Sentai. And here we are.
Because it's crazy. But he wanted to bring Sun Vulcan to America, and I was like, we would have had Sun Vulcan as the first series. And let's be honest, it would have been like what the 70s at that time. If we would have gotten it, I think we would have got it during the 70s, and it would just been good because a lot of those shows is Lifetime now. You know, a lot of those shows are still having jumpers like people will go back to watch. And I'm like, man, just think about it. We were like, oh yeah, my grandfather knew about Sun Vulcan. What? That would have been great. Like
would they even called it Power Rangers? You probably would have come up with a way better idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yes,
a completely different concept.
You gotta think about it. Marvel would have did it at that time. They were stuck to what it was. Because you gotta think about it, at that time they had their own shows coming out too from different companies like Doctor Strange, the Avengers, Incredible Hulk. All these was already coming out from third party companies.
Yeah.
But think about it, if Marvel did their first thing themselves, would have been that. Would have been crazy to see that.
Yeah. Would have been insanity. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. Hit me with it. What are some of your worst helmets in general? Ugly, nasty, gross.
100% we're gonna go with Miss America.
Okay. Absolute garbage. Yeah.
I like the color.
Whoops.
I like the color. Sure. I love the color scheme. No, this is the other one. I love the color scheme of this one. I just don't know how you see. Big O. Or aka Big One.
Oh yeah.
I don't. How do you see out of that? Because I don't see the like circles.
That's from Jaka, right?
Yeah. I don't see like holes or anything.
Okay.
So how do you see out of that one? I don't. Maybe he did have holes to see. You let me know. Did he have holes to see in that one? I'm trying to.
Yeah, it looks like there is kind of like the Aka Ranger thing, but like. Unless you got like this silly close with this picture. Hold on a second. Let me put myself back up here. You would not know that. That would be not something it would even be a concept for you if you didn't look at it that close. 1 second here. Here we go. Share. Boop. Yeah. So like right here. Yeah, you get some holes there. Is it coming up?
Yeah, it's like little holes in there. I see.
Yeah, but like no.
I'm like, yeah, you're gambling. Yeah, no. You're gambling that one of those holes are big enough for you to see exactly what you're doing. And definitely, if you're doing the stunt person, nah.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's on like the same level as like, you know, when you poke holes in the top of a jar to like keep a bug alive. It's not doing anything.
Ain't doing anything.
All
So
right,
like,
what else?
I'm not gonna always go at the old ones, but this one's just like just a whole wide choice right here. Anything with lips. I'm coming at Stickosaurus right now. Anything with lips, okay? I'm tired of you, Stick. I'm tired of you, Stickosaurus, talking about you like those helmets with Stick. Old Ranger do not look good, okay? Those lips needs to go. Those lips need to go, okay? God. It just gotta go, man. It just gotta go. Like,
Oh no! Or wait, wasn't it who am I thinking of? Is it Dynaman? I'm pretty sure, right? Didn't they have lips on the thing? No, they don't. Okay, I'm wrong.
There was one, I forgot which one. The lips look like this. Like they got the duck lips. I forgot what helmet it was, but they have duck lips, and I'm like, what? Why you don't need lips? Those are one of those you don't need lips for. Like you don't. It's like, and I was like, I think it was, and I'm just like, oh my, stop! You don't need to do this to yourself. But it's like, come on. It's like, stop. Like we don't need this.
I'm not a big fan. You know what's weird, and I just thought about this right in this very moment, is we're so used to seeing lips on Sentai helmets. I would be so ungoddamn comfortable if all of a sudden Gotchard drops and all of a sudden he pulls his little faceplate back and it's just lips like this, and that's what it really is for the rest of the show.
Gotcha.
Like Ryder probably would never, but like
and he hits with the
so
gotcha, and his lips like, nope. We win.
Oh God. Oh,
you know, nice.
Yeah, no, lip ones are not my favorite. They are not even a little bit. All right, you have any like more recent modern day ones?
I was trying to think of one. I'm like literally was like, maybe any like modern. I'm really trying to think of Kamen Rider, like what Kamen Rider helmet.
Sure.
Like, maybe it was just me not liking it.
Don't worry about being mean.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Whoever's watching this is not the ones that made the helmet. Don't be afraid. It's fine.
Okay. I love the series after episode 25. The Saber helmet is annoying. I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah, I've kind of felt that way for a while, and I feel like I shouldn't be afraid to say it. Yeah.
It's not like it's a bad helmet. It's just one of those, why you do too much? It's like one of those, like, you did too much. And it's funny. It looks good on the side. That's what makes it weird for me. Like the helmet looks great on the side, but it's when you look at it at the front, you're like, huh? Nah.
Yeah.
Like it's the front looks weird, but then you turn to the side, it looks great. It's like, yo, that's
right.
And it's something about the details on the side of the helmet that makes it look good. And then when you turn it, you're like, oh, okay.
See, then you get Draconic Knight, and then this is just absolute, literally what I wish would have been the final form or just before final form. I love Draconic Knight with my entire heart and soul. I'm so mad when they put this power up behind. I love Draconic Knight.
And that was beautiful. And it was something about the regular one that was just like, yeah, we're okay. We don't need that.
It took me a while. It's weird because, like, you know, I hear people say sometimes, like, there's like a certain look to them that screams Kamen Rider. And I got to agree with you. Saber doesn't scream Rider right away for me. Like some of the other riders in Saber do, but not right away with Saber, like himself, like Brave Dragon Saber himself.
Yeah. Even Ren to me look more Kamen Rider than him, because the fact that like that weird design on a face, from all the old ones you watch, has something weird on there. Like definitely a secondary or third rider always has something weird, like describe their weapon or something. And I'm just like, Saber, it's like if you take that side of your face, it's just a stick there. It's just a sword there. And I understand it's a night thing. It makes sense. Understandable. It's just something that doesn't catch my vibe. It's just like, okay. It just, And also, I hated the whole fact of King Arthur. That built up King Arthur for what? That will still hurt me to this
Yeah.
day. You build up King Arthur for nothing.
You know
Waste of
what?
my time. I watched.
You know what
Ooh, I
made me
watched
sad was this. Like, I just want to say it. Like, I
Oh,
get
the
it
Picard?
that people will never stop talking about the hand painted blah 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 with this. Guess what? It's literally just base form painted. It's just base form painted. It is only base form painted, and I need people to realize it is just the base form painted pretty. That's it. Am I wrong?
You're not.
I mean, like, it is
But-
well painted. I'm not saying it's
I was about to
not.
say
The
that.
person
I
who did
was
it-
just about to say that. I was like, but I don't know. I think it's the colors that pops that out more than
Right.
the regular design. That's
And
what
I-
makes that one better to my eyes. Like if I had to choose different ones, that would be number one. Then
Right.
the others can go because it's how
So,
the design is.
My favorite version of this is the featuring version where he uses Kento and whatever his name is book, so he has like all three.
Yeah.
That is the best version of it. Even then, it still doesn't scream a final form to me, and I don't know why people are like, "Oh my god, Cross Saber!" Like, I get it; it is beautiful. They hand painted it. I appreciate the work. I'm not saying it wasn't hard. Duh. I've talked about on this episode how I'm not artistic in any way, but it is not. It doesn't look like a final form to me. It really just doesn't. I hate to say it. I don't mean to like hate on Saber too much because there's parts of Saber I'm fine with, but people need to relax, man. There's way cooler final forms out there. I even like Arabiana Night a little bit more. I'm gonna say it right now. Probably get
Okay.
flamed, but
No. Speak your mind, brother. Speak your mind.
any other ones that come to mind?
Ah man. I think we had some movie one was bad. What movie one was bad? Trying to think. It's hard when you're like not that much in the world of like Kamen Rider and you're learning.
No, it's cool. It give me Sentai too. I mean,
Because it's funny. Because you know what's funny about like for me with Kamen Rider, it's like for the people that are like, oh man, I hate this season, and I start watching it, it's like, oh man, this season's not that bad. And I think it's because I'm coming into it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Only one I 100% can't watch, and somehow y'all watched it, and y'all whoever did, and y'all like sat there and watched it when it was airing was Double. I pray for y'all, for the people that did it. Y'all are an amazing group of people. I tried. I think I did to 17, and then I sat there and said, nope, I'm going to Kiva. And
I can get it. Yeah, no.
And-
That was one that I there was a while a few years ago where I was like I had watched up to recently where we were basically, by that at that point, and I decided to go back a little bit because there were some seasons I hadn't seen. That was when I watched, and I like mostly enjoyed my time with it. But I get it. It's not. It's a decent season, but it's one that like it's like a specific fan, to want to like watch it all the way through. So I get it. But no, definitely.
Sorry, I have to go back to Saber for this one.
What's that?
It's good. It's just that it's still Saber.
What do you got?
This design is still Saber at the end of it, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
And
you even have the gimmick item for it. You absolute buffoon. I'm just kidding.
I got it because I love the anniversary stuff. I bought everything.
Yeah, sure.
I bought everything. I bought everything for Zenkaija. Zenkaija.
Yay, capitalism.
And I was like, this look nice. I want it.
just put like a little sticky note to like block out.
Yeah. But
in the middle.
But 100%, I will still say I did like watching Saber. So for the few, was like, oh, he hates the. That don't mean I didn't like the story for it after episode 25. Okay, that's when the story started. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. But yeah, I watched it. It just episode 25. Like I sat there, and got mad. that I sat
Mhm.
there for 25 episodes for a story to start. But yeah, that's man. I know there's gonna be helmets that come in my own after this.
Oh, it's fine. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We'll
You
throw
know,
it in comments and stuff like that. I'm sure once everything posts up and we talk about it on Twitter or whatever.
I'm like, I
No,
know
it's
there's gonna
interesting
be.
what you said there about how like you're more on the side of like you've seen Rider, but like you've seen a lot more Sentai and been more on like the Sentai side of
Yeah.
things. And so when someone's like, oh, blah, 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 love or hate a season, you watch it and feel kind of the opposite. I always go back to this little meme saying I've seen recently where it's like, oh, such and such season is actually pretty awesome. When you don't have a little bitch in you, you're telling you that it's not. And it's kind of true. Like when you just like blindly jump into it and like don't like ask anybody and just see what you want to see about it, you know?
Yeah.
It's completely different. So yeah, I get that.
For people, watch Forze. I'm telling you, watch Forze. I have a reason I didn't like certain things. And it's not like the show is trash. I just don't understand why this thing happened and why you still did it.
Yep.
Still decided to be cool. But yeah, you know, besides that, great series.
You're talking about Happiness, the season, literally collecting friends like Pokemon, the season.
Yes. And I was happy to sit there and say I watched it. I watched the movies and everything.
Yeah.
And I am proud to go, and I'm not mad at it.
Yep.
And I'm not mad at it at all. I'm happy I did it.
Yeah. Forza is some good stuff. Yeah.
And you think about it, I watched it after like Build. So I was already in the high roll. I was like, this is great. Down with the watch, guys, which I got me on. What's next? It's like you can't stir me into the wrong direction, guys. I was like, what do you want me to watch next? Like, I'm like, I know y'all probably heard me on like on Twitter or read my Twitters, or see me on like on my stream talking shit about Blade. I want y'all to know, and I say this all the time, I am joking with somebody every time I say stuff about Blade. Okay? Because
we gotta pick off Mark somehow.
Right? I'm like, I will always say Blade is trash. Do not watch it. I promise you, it's a waste of your time. You want to know how many episodes I watch? 6. So you shouldn't take my advice at all. I don't take my advice. Why are you listening to me?
Not that I'm not going to give it, because I am. You're welcome. But
because I'm going to go back and watch it. It's just the fact that I made a stick and said, "Oh, let me try this season. Let me try this season." And my dumb self put more on my belt to watch. So one of these days, I'll go back to finish.
That's the beauty of it. I think there's a thing I always bring up all the time. It's just a great little quote from, it was a recent Mark Rosatsu video, actually, one of his history of videos.
Great.
And he said, I think that there does not exist a perfect tokusatsu show, but there is a perfect show for everybody, no matter what it is and what they want to see in a show. As much as I love Forze, Hawk apparently was abandoned as a child and doesn't have happiness in his life. So he doesn't like Forze for some reason, even though he bought the Nadeshiko driver and his daughter likes it. And come on. It's literally like SpongeBob, like Squidward, like, oh, I don't like the Krabby Patties. Oh, are you sure about that? Yeah, okay.
I told you, like anybody knows why I didn't like those parts of Forze, but Forze was great. But I'm a build man. It's so many suits and build that made me go, thank you. Oh, Rogue? No, Rogue helmet is good. Never mind. Yeah, Rogue helmet is good.
Mad Rogue is kind of
damn. I'm trying to remember. It was another version.
Yeah, there's like not to me, whatever the other like guy with the glasses is.
Yeah,
dude, like his little lackey for.
Yeah, his version was like. Y'all was just like, I don't have nothing else to do. Give him this suit. Just give him this. Just color it. Just give him a new different shade.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like.
Well. I think we've had a blast. I'm sorry Frankie couldn't join us. He's got lots of fun college things going on. But I think it's working out because we changed up like our schedule with recording and everything. So we do like every couple of weeks instead of every week. So I think it's kind of letting us kind of breathe a little bit and do other things and go get sunlight, you know, and touch grass and things like that. Things that maybe some people should do.
Stop being on Twitter talking about Toku stuff.
Bruh.
Because even Toku stuff don't be on Twitter.
But this has been an awesome experience. I'm happy to have you on here. I had a blast with it. I hope you had a good time with it. The comments have been pretty, active as well. They're in the little chat.
Yes.
If you guys want some awesome merch from our wonderful friend, we will absolutely have links in the description. Frankie will slap it all together with all the links you can possibly have to the Etsy shop and everything you need to support our good friend K20 Customs. He makes amazing work. I showed you guys. I'll show it again because I have to. Ba-boom. These patches. Don Momotaro. Forze. Right there. Thank you. He's taking that same passion that you have, maybe watching this right now behind the keyboard, into something productive and is doing something positive, you know, and that's cool. Yes. Really hoping Toei doesn't get mad about it at some point and try to copyright strike you at some point, but
we get oh my god, the day
have you ever had a scare?
No, I haven't, but
I didn't mean to curse you.
no, but the when they released the King Order patches, I was like, are they watching me?
Right?
Are they slowly watching
that was
me?
like very, very early on. I was like, oh no.
Because I was about to post pictures of them. I was like, yeah, I'm about to think about doing them. Because I have the design because of Aaron. He did the design. And I was like, oh yeah, I got the design. Let me just show him. And then I think Vaughn hit me up. He was like, I'm gonna send you a pic of these. And he sent me a pic of the patches, and I was like, "Oh, they making patches now. They making, I'm making. Oh, okay.
This is our own new line, the J30 line.
Oh, nah, it's gotta be Toya in it, so it's gonna be T30. T30. Oh. They gonna hear this and come at me. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
They
come at you. They got to come at all of us and all the actors on the Power Ranger shows.
That's crazy. That's one of the reasons I was like, yo, if you come at me, you know, be other people that's doing stuff. And I'm not trying to come at none of y'all. Keep doing your stuff. All the helmet people, all the people that making shirts, all the people that's doing anything that y'all love that is Toku related, because they're not gonna do stuff that we actually like. Let's be honest.
At least right now.
Right now, yes. Right now. But the more stuff they see us doing will push them to like, oh, let's do it ourselves, guys. And it's going to hurt us.
To show us how to do it.
Right? It's going to hurt us. But we know, and I want zoom into me. We know we're better than them because we love what we do. This is not for money. We love what we're doing because it's something for our hearts. We are making these amazing products because we love everything that we watch. So I promise y'all, keep doing it. Because if I don't stop, y'all shouldn't stop. Okay, guys? And somehow I got a name now, God of Patch. I don't understand how I got that. I'm not claiming it. Okay? Not claiming it. But if that helps y'all think to do whatever y'all doing 100%, then that's my name now. But keep doing what y'all doing.
Absolutely.
Okay? Please.
Yeah, the more we show off the passion like that, absolutely. You know, stuff like what we do with our show, stuff that he does, all of our wonderful guests we've had before, it keeps the conversations going. Yeah. It keeps them talking, keeps them seeing, okay, like they're clearly aware of the way that we actually watch these shows. Mm-hmm. So we keep showing that we're passionate about it, that we really want the content. Something will eventually happen in some official way. It may not be tomorrow or a year from now.
Yeah, sure.
But eventually. So,
but tell you, if you do want to support a person, I'm just saying, you can fly me to Japan for a con. I would be so happy for that.
If you did want him to be like on the team production staff Sentai to like help create things, like help utilize or symbolize on the suits there, spiff them up a little bit, he's got you.
Yes, I do. Just saying. I'm just saying. Like, but I do have a team. I have a team with Gio and everybody else in the Toku community. We're a unit. Like we might not be close to each other, but we're a unit. We come as one.
We don't have our own snipers yet, Toei, but I mean,
yeah. But we come as a unit. Like it's you support one, you support all.
Absolutely.
That's the rule.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Kashawn. So happy to have you on. It's been such an honor. Thank you guys to everyone watching us, live on YouTube right now, to everyone listening to us on all the possible places you can hear us as an audio podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, everywhere you can get it. We thank you guys so much. And welcome back here again in another couple weeks with another awesome episode, another awesome guest, hopefully. We'll see where it goes. See you later, guys. Keep on watching the stuff. Bye-bye. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.